Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Right, before I go into the impressions, have you noticed that the media are calling Keir Starmer names that rhyme with one or the other part of his name? So you got like two-tier Keir, and then the other one was Starmer the Farmer Harmer, right? Well, GB News last week actually came out with a new one, because since Starmer's been Prime Minister, he's hardly been in this country, hasn't he? He's been gallivanting with the globalists. So GB News came out with "Not Here, Keir." I thought that was very good. So there's not much been happening in the news. I mean, that I could make fun of, because it's all been very depressing. People like getting stabbed and being murdered and things like that. That's nothing to joke about, is it? I've got a few jokes for you today. I went to the butcher's and I said to the butcher, "This venison that you've got?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "It's deer, isn't it?" So, and of course, today I've been to B&M. I said, "Is there B&M in Stone?" Somebody told me that it's not the way they spell it. So there you go. And of course, there's all sorts of things happening with Christmas, isn't there? Because there's a few Christmas jokes for you. And here's a Christmas joke for you. So I know it's a little early, but who cares? There's this little boy sitting on Santa's knee in the shopping centre, and what had happened is Santa says to him, "What would you like for Christmas?" He said, "I'd like a Porsche, Santa." He says, "Come on, I can't afford that." He says, "So, name something else that you'd like." He says, "Well, my mum fancies you. I'd like you to go out with my mum." It takes one look at her for porn, like hell, you know. He says, "Well, about this Porsche, son." So there you go. And so I'm going to be doing some impressions now. And tonight it's themed of television from the 70s and 80s, that's including films. So, and of course, you'll get to know some. I know there's a few here that were just a mere twinkle in your dog's eye, weren't you? Back in the 80s, 70s and 80s. So, but don't worry, you will get to know some of the characters that I do. So, right. And the main skit is Roland Rat presenting. Does anybody remember Rainbow when it used to be on back in, with the late Jeffrey Hayes being the main presenter? Well, wouldn't it be good if we had Roland Rat as the actual presenter of our book? I mean, Zippy and George. So that's the main act, part of the act, and I'll keep that to the last. So here we go. So we've got back in the 70s there used to be some of this to happen, wasn't there, with Frank Spencer. So Frank Spencer was a very, for those of you who have never seen some of this to happen, he was an accident-prone person. Everything he touched, he literally had what I call the miner's touch. Everything he touched turned to crap. So, and he was very accidental, very accident-prone, right? So here we go. Billy, I'm having a bit of trouble with the dog. The dog made the cat jump and the cat's gone and done a whoopsie. Oh, Frank! So there you go, that's Betty doing that. And his wife, yeah? So, and of course there was, do you remember the film The Godfather, yeah? Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando was, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. I think they said that during Brexit, didn't they, with the EU. So, and of course, you got Al Pacino, didn't you? I mean, that sounds like a certain type of coffee, doesn't it? It sounds like cappuccino, but I think that might be his brother, Cappuccino. And we've got Al Pacino, anyway. Say hello to my little friend in the film Scarface.
And then I'm like, yeah.
So, yeah, and of course, there were comedians about it back then, weren't there? So you had Bruce Forsyth, he was a stand-up host, wasn't he? And he was like this. Nice to see you, nice. So much better than last week's audience. So there we go. And there was Ken Dodd, wasn't there? By Jove, Mrs. How just hilarious. Peter Pan has upset Tinkerbell. Apparently it was the wrong way to tickle a fairy. So there you go. And another one of Ken Dodd's is what a lovely day to go running to the Kremlin saying there's Lenin. And I'll tell you what, Vladimir Putin's favourite song, I wonder if it's Cry Me a River. And of course, I'm just trying to think now what people have asked me for to do, because I do keep this, I've got a Facebook page where I keep people up to date on what I'm going to be doing in the next performance, and so I listed a load of impressions. Family Guy, well hang on, I'm still doing the theme of I'll save that for the voice requests. So anyway, here we go. There's so do you remember Die Hard? Yeah. Well, this is a new impression for you. So you got Alan Rickman and Bruce Willis. Obviously, Alan Rickman played Hans Grūber. Now, not many people know this, but back in the 70s, there was a program called Play Away, children's under 5 TV series, Play Away, spin-off from Play School, and he was actually a presenter on Play Away before he became an actor. And Die Hard was actually his first film as Hans Grūber. And so here is Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman as John McLaine and Hans Grūber. Yippee-ki-yay, Hans! That's what I've got. So, yippee-ki-yay, I've just taken down a couple of your henchmen. I'll get you, John McLaine, and but wait until I finish blowing up this skyscraper with you in it. So there. I'm looking forward to it, Hans. Have you got a niece, Bumpsy Daisy? Hans needs some Bumpsy Daisy. So there we go. And of course, now for the big one, which is, does anybody remember Roland Rat when he was about back in the 90s on breakfast television? Yeah. So he was like this. Hello, friends! Yes, Roland Rat! Yay! And today, after a long time, Rainbow returns with Zippy and George. Yeah, right, friends? Well, since Jeffrey's unfortunately no longer with us, it's good to have you here, Roland, and taking over from Jeffrey. Isn't that right, George? Oh, yes, oh, yes. Oh, by the way, George, I've got a banana in my hand. Oh, you saucy person, yes. Well, look, instead of breaking the neck like a lot of people do, if you hold it upside down and peel it that way, it's much easier to peel. And look. And it's one skin, two skin, three skin.
Four skin.
Oh, what's up for this? Because that's going to be a bit more good, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, well, you would spawn off them, wouldn't you, George? Yes, but never mind. So there we go. So voice request session now. And Michelle, you said Family Guy.
Yeah.
Any particular character from Family Guy? Stewie. You want Stewie from Family Guy? Does anybody watch Family Guy here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't, you can always watch it on ITV2 tonight. So you get an idea of what Family Guy is. So here it is. Stewie Griffin, which is the one that's like a rugby ball shaped head. So and he goes like this. Oh well, Brian, let's have some Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
So what? Cool Whip. Why do you say it like that? What? Say what? Cool Whip. Why do you pronounce it? Why do you accentuate on the H? Cool Whip. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Say cool. Cool. Now say whip. Whip. Now say Cool Whip. Cool Whip. You know who you like that, don't you, Brian? Well, here we go. Okay, so anybody else for... No. Anybody else?
Frank Spencer.
Frank Spencer. Well, I did Frank Spencer earlier.
I didn't hear it. I was talking. It's not well, you know.
Oh, well, I tell you what, if you watch it on YouTube, you'll see that again. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube on Thursday night, so you'll enjoy that. So, yeah, do you know why I put it on YouTube? Just in case you didn't understand it first time. Anybody?
Oh, Donald Duck.
Donald Duck? Okay, Donald Duck, here we go. Sorry if I scared anybody around the corner there. I mean, it could have been worse, it could have been Hannibal Lecter. I mean, Hannibal Lecter's like this.
Scooby-Doo.
You want Scooby-Doo? Okay, I'll save Hannibal Lecter. Shaggy and Scooby, yeah? Do you want Shaggy and Scooby? I'll do the whole lot for you. Before that I do on the Scooby Gang, so here we go. Oh, Scooby! Ghost! Yes!
Jackie?
Yeah. I thought there was only supposed to be one Scooby, but there you go. Anyway, let me at him, Uncle Scooby. Let me at him. That's Scrappy-Doo, yeah, correct. And Velma. Well, let's see who is the mystery villain. Herbert, the pervert from Family Guy. Oh, yes. I would have gotten away with it had it not been for you pesky kids. So,
Pesky.
so there we go. And, right. Does anybody want Hannibal Lecter, yeah?
Come on.
Hannibal
We know
Lecter.
you want to.
Right. So it's going back to what I was doing about the 8th. Well, actually, this is the 90s he was in, so here we go. I'm having friend round for dinner. Oh, yes. And I ate his liver with a nice glass of Chianti. So there we go. And of course, there's, I'm just thinking of who else I was going to do in that. Anyway, I'll open it more. Who else wants a voice request here? Anybody else?
Voice request?
Stacey Solomon. Oh, there you go. That's one that I've never been asked to do, but luckily I can do that one. It's when she first appeared on, was it the X Factor she appeared on? I think it was, wasn't it? So she was, hello, Stacey Solomon here, Stacey Solomon, I'm enjoying it here, well, that's it, I'm enjoying it here, and, I've just literally lost the word, so I'll just buy a dictionary instead. So, and anybody else around the corner wanting? Do you want it? Donald Trump. Ah, right. You like it with Donald. So here we go. I'm glad I've won the US election last month, I'm going to be the I'm going to be the president again. I mean, we've got rid of Sleepy Joe now, haven't we? So, and now we've got Kamala Harris as the vice president, being acting president at the minute. So, it's, I'm just looking forward to January 2025. And then we'll get rid of the wokery that's going on, and hopefully get rid of the woke altogether across the world, not just in America, but all over. So there you go.
Flynn, can you sing?
Can I sing? No, the last time I tried singing, the cats threw rocks at me. No, apparently. It makes a change to them having the rocks thrown at them for making a noise. So, I mean, can you imagine it? Michael Myers in the film Halloween. Because you got, instead of an actor playing it, can you imagine it if Michael Myers was in the film? They'd have to rename it Halloween. So, and of course there's Donald Pleasance, wasn't there? Do you remember Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis? Death has come to Haddonfield. You don't know what death is. Michael Myers is not human. He's death itself. So there you go, that's from the film Halloween. And I think that's it for tonight, and as usual, I'll be back.